It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Greetings from just across the New York-New Jersey border in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
And when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend two plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that is called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to defend the scramble play, the breakdown, the improv. That's what makes these quarterbacks so dangerous. And it just takes one breakdown defensively for a big play, and it's 6.
Just about set. Anders Carlson has the ball teed up, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. He'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Allen gonna throw to get things going. That'll be caught right side by the rookie wideout. And he's gonna get this one out to the 43-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Here's Allen. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Play action. It's Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he's close to the 1st down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. They'll spread the formation here. Let's see what the call is on 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They're going on 4th down. Allen. And he's going to have the first down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
Quick throw, taken in. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
One more time going up top with Allen. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is 3rd down. To throw again, it's Allen. That is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback out of Ohio State, first-round pick Justin Fields.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
He was looking for Garrett Wilson there. It's 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A gain of 21 on that pass play. Good for a Jets 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
It's 1st down, and it's Hall. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Fields. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now a screen set up for Edwards. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
1st and 10. Now Fields. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
2nd down and 8. Play action now for Fields. A throw on the move is caught.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. He'll try to run for it with Hall. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. That one taken in. Malachi Corley. Touchdown, Jets.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Anders Carlson now for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Jets come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Davis now to return it, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going with their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Slot receiver headed right. On 1st and 10, it's Allen.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Allen. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open. And that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
On 3rd and 1, it's Allen. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. And when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Allen. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Here's Allen. First down throw there is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. Now it's Allen. That one's complete. It's Ray Davis. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. Third and goal. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And that is going to be knocked away. Incomplete. And with that, time has expired here in the opening quarter. On 4th down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. This about as short as you can get. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Panay Wanwu now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense and Malachi Corley set to take over once again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now, Fields. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
He was looking for Malachi Corley, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Running straight ahead with Edwards. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Here's 3rd and 7. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. Penalty yardage made this much easier to convert. They now face 3rd and 2. They'll run. This is Hall. It'll be a pickup of 10, and the Jets have a first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Off the play action, here's Fields. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he's in! Touchdown, New York. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Carlson now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Jets are on top. It's 14-10. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Here's Allen to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Moore going in motion. Now Allen on 1st down. That one, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
oftentimes it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
To throw again, it's Allen. He'll get this out to his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Allen gonna throw again. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Allen gonna give it to Cook. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Now Allen. He's going to run it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
What can they do here on third down and 7? They motion the slot man left. On third down, it's Allen. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So on fourth down, time to kick it away. Jake Camarda to do the honors. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Jets offense ready to see what they can do. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Fields. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. That'll be taken in by Edwards. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
To throw is Allen. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end, and they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They run out of the gun. It's Cook. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the 1st down on a gain of 7.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They'll set up the screen to Cook. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
In motion, Shakir. From the gun, it's Allen. In trouble, and down he goes. Jermaine Johnson, the former 1st-round pick, in there to bring him down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? The penalty helps a bit, but it's still 3rd and long. A throw on the move is caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This a 46-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Gibson now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense getting set to get back to work. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll run to begin this drive. It's Edwards. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Two minutes to play in a tight 1-point game in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Now Fields, and that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
On comes Thomas Morstead as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Bills offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Allen. And is open, middle of the field. It is caught. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. There's that man again, another catch. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. Quick throw here is complete. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
One more time going up top with Allen. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Throwing again, it's Allen. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Bills.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will open up a 6-point lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jets offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Fields to throw. That's to the sideline and taken in by Wilson.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
2nd and 7. Fields. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Fields now. Throwing right. It's taken in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Now he'll run it. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This will be from 47 yards. Carlson's kick is good. And the Jets will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Going up top. He's got it! And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to a solid first half of football by the great quarterback, Josh Allen. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Three points, all that separates these two sides, has half number two. Kicks off. Gibson now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Fields. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now a second down throw for Fields. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. 15 yards through the air. Good for a Jets first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They give to Hall, and it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down forthcoming. They'll go again with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
A first down throw for Fields. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Tre'Davious White in coverage. Knocks that one away.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
They'll try the right side with Hall. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets will tie the game here in the third quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Davis now to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and Josh Allen head back onto the field, and he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Once again, it's Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Allen on third down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Here's a handoff to Cook. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. They'll run. It's Ty Johnson. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They go play action now. Here's Allen. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. Big play there for the Bills. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll run straight ahead with Cook. Third and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bills will take the lead here in the third quarter.
Job number one on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. Gibson now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll start out first down and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. To throw is Fields. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
From the gun, give to Edwards. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
The open man is Wilson. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Fields from the gun on third down. He'll try to run for it.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. He'll get about 2. Michael Hoyt is there to end the play. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Now Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's going to have the Jets first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
First down. Fields. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Now it's a bootleg with Fields. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. So these teams trade field goals in the 3rd as we come to the end of the quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. Now, Fields. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away.
To the goal line and in. Malachi Corley. Touchdown, New York. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Jets have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes. Generally, one step ahead of the defense all game long. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield. But now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Fields. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Fields now on second down. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Breece Hall, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
They'll go play action here with Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
To the outside, a catch made by Moore. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Slot man in motion left. Throwing again, it's Allen. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. One more time going up top with Allen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now a designed run. It's Allen. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Johnson, and he will fight his way to the end zone. Ty Johnson, touchdown Buffalo. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. So that challenge, a successful one. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Ray Davis, touchdown Bills. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And the Bills go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Edwards. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A first down throw for Fields. He runs with it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Play action now for Fields. And that time, the pressure, too much. He'll go down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. A run here with Hall. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. They go play action with Fields. He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
So out comes the kicker. Big spot for Anders Carlson. This to tie things up here in the 4th.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills' offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Allen. And that is incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
On play action, Allen. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Allen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Bills bringing on the punt team. important punt here in this tie game late. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Jets offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. We're all even, fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Throwing is Fields. That's complete to Jeremy Ruckert. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on 3rd down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the 1st down and some.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. On the run, here's Hall, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Two minutes to play in regulation. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's Corley. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
Here's Hall. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run it with Hall. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 2. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A chance here for this back to really show his speed. He saw the room on the perimeter and he was able to get around the edge. Thought he was going to get right to the pylon. Comes up just short. Down near the goal line, sets up 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the gun, it's Allen. There's that man again. Another catch. Here's second down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Quick throw here is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. And that stop right there will do it. Even though they have 2 timeouts remaining, there's just not enough time on the clock to get another attempt. What a huge stop with the game on the line, and that will all but end this game.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop, and that should just about do it. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Down to a knee, one more time. And that should just about do it. The Bills going to use their final timeout here, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Jets as we say goodbye from MetLife Stadium.